So students, in this video you're going to find out how to find the highest normal form of a given relation. Okay. So basically in the exams you'll be given a relation something like this. Okay. And you'll be asked, and you'll be given a set of functional dependencies, and you'll be asked in what normal form R is in. Okay, whether it's in BCNF, 3NF, 2NF or 1NF. Okay, so you need to identify in which normal form this is. Okay, so the first step is to start by finding the candidate key. So you can find the candidate key for the given relation R. Okay, so we have already gone through this multiple times, how to find the candidate key. So you need to follow all the steps that are given and find the candidate key. Okay, so I'll not be going into details of finding the candidate key, so you can watch that previous video in case you have forgotten. So I will directly try to apply the rules. Okay, and try to find a minimal super key. So since we are given here ABC determines DE, I will discard DE and I will get this. Okay, this closure. Now I will teach you to apply the closure slightly differently. Okay, now there was one way that you could have applied the closure and you could have got the answer. Okay, one way is you would have said ABC determines DE, no? Therefore discard DE. Okay, now you would have said G determines H, so remove H. Okay, then you would have said anything else you can discard? Nothing else. Okay, and then you would have thought maybe, okay, you would have thought that this is the minimal super key based on what you have done. A, B, C, F, G. Now you know that if you declare this as the minimal super key, next step is you want to find out whether it's a candidate key. So for that you need to find the proper subsets. Okay, find the proper subsets, and from those proper subsets you want to check whether those proper subsets are super keys or not. Now you know this is 5 attributes are present here, so you will get 2 raised to 5 combinations at least. Okay, so the number of subsets will be quite a lot. Okay, and to check whether they are super keys, so it's, you can do it, but it is tricky. So there's another way you could still minimize it. Okay, try to understand, I'll try to explain as slowly as possible. So one way is you apply this rule. Okay, ABC determines DE, so you discard DE from here. Okay, now we have been given that E determines GH. Okay, now you can see that here E is not present. So how can we apply that rule? Because we have been given ABC determines DE. Okay, so if ABC is present here, if ABC is present here, then we have D and E too. How? By applying the splitting rule. Okay, ABC will determine D, ABC will determine E. Okay, so if ABC is determining E, then we can use E determines GH. So using the transitivity rule, what I will claim, ABC determines GH. Right? I hope you are getting what I'm trying to tell you. So I will remove GH. Okay, got it now how I'm doing it? Okay. Okay, I've applied many rules here. Okay, so similarly we are having ABCD determines EF. ABCD determines EF, but you will say that D is not present here. Okay, but we are again having this rule ABC determines DE. Okay, so let me just, so if ABC can determine D, okay, we are having, applying the splitting rule again, if ABC can determine D, okay, only these 3 attributes are enough to determine D, then we don't need D here. Okay, because of this and this. So since these three attributes are sufficient to determine D, we do not need 4 attributes here. Okay, we can again substitute that with ABC only, and we can say that ABC determines EF. Okay, now again apply the splitting rule. When you apply the splitting rule, you will get ABC determines E, ABC determines F. Okay, so using this, I will discard F. So what will remain is just ABC. Okay. Okay. Now, if you try to discard further, it's not possible. Okay, it's not possible. So let's claim that ABC is my minimal super key, and now find out the proper subsets of ABC. So compared to here, the initial way, like I had shown you, instead of having 5 attributes and finding the subsets, we are having now 3 attributes and you're finding the subsets. Okay. Now you can have there's one trick to confirm whether what we have done is correct. Okay, whether this ABC is the minimal super key. Okay, now this trick you can just use in your exams to confirm. It's not for finding candidate keys. If you're given a question to find a candidate key of this relation, then you please follow the proper steps that I have explained previously. Okay, do not use the trick that I'm going to tell you. So if you're going to use the trick to find a candidate key or the minimal super key, actually we are just finding the minimal super key. Okay, it's not the candidate key. What you do is just list down all the attributes from the right hand side of the functional dependencies. Okay, don't repeat the attributes, just write them down once, the right hand side. Okay, just write all these attributes which are there on the right hand side of these functional dependencies. So you will get something like this: D, E, F, G, H. Okay, you can write in any order, does not matter. Okay, now for something to be a minimal super key or for something to be a super key, okay, then all the attributes should be present here. Some combination is going to be a super key. Okay, then all the attributes of R should be present here on the right hand side. Okay, that is the definition of the super key. Now what is missing here? ABC. Okay, ABC is missing. So how to get ABC here is, okay, I introduce ABC on the left hand side, and using the reflexivity rule I will get ABC here, and this D, E, F, G, H is already present. Okay, so that way, that is the trick you can use to find the minimal super key. Okay, so we introduce ABC on the left hand side, so by reflexivity we get ABC, D, E, F, G, H. That way you can confirm that this is the minimal super key. Okay, this is a trick of finding a minimal super key. This is not to be used for the exams. This is just to confirm that what you found is the minimal super key. Okay, and I'm not this is not to be encouraged for exams. Okay, so from this step, from the previous slide, I'm directly going to the step that we have always studied. So from ABC we find the proper subsets and check whether the proper subsets are super keys or not. If they are not super keys, then we will claim that ABC is the candidate key. Okay, so let's go to that. Here we are. So these are the proper subsets. Find out whether they are super keys. Okay, so you can check for that. So I will not check for that, you can check. So no proper subset of this will be a super key. So therefore you can conclude that ABC is the candidate key. Therefore the prime attributes are A, B and C. And obviously the non-prime attributes will be D, E, F, G, H. So the first step to find out in what normal form this R and this functional dependencies the given are, you have to find out this. Okay, this is the first step. You need to find the candidate key, you need to find the prime attributes, you need to find the non-prime attributes. Once you find a candidate key, please do not stop there. Check if there are more candidate keys. Okay, we have discussed that how to check for more candidate keys. So for more candidate keys, the prime attributes are present on the right hand side. Okay, now you can check here, these are your prime attributes. None of the prime attributes are present on the right hand side. Okay, since there are no prime attributes on the right hand side, there are no more candidate keys. So therefore this is the only candidate key. If there were more candidate keys, then you needed to find all the remaining candidate keys and update the prime attributes and the non-prime attributes. Okay. So now let's start checking. Once we have found the candidate key, the prime attributes and the non-prime attributes. Okay. If you want, you can note down this and keep. Okay. So you can start checking whether it is in the which normal form. Okay, so I'm starting from the highest normal form that we have, BCNF. Okay, so you need to know the conditions for BCNF now. If you're going to check whether R is in BCNF, you need to check whether the conditions for BCNF. So one of the conditions of BCNF is that the left hand side of the functional dependencies must be a super key. Okay, so you need to check each functional dependency. Okay, each functional dependency. So I have made a table like this to check. Okay, so I'm checking whether each functional dependency is in BCNF. Okay, so I've written each functional dependency from here in this tabular form. So I'm checking whether the left hand side is a super key. So you know that ABC is a candidate key. So if it's a candidate key, obviously it's a super key. Therefore I write here that this functional dependency is in voice code normal form. Okay, this one is not a super key. Okay, because ABC is the super key. This is not a super key. This is not a super key. So I'm writing here N. Now ABC is a super key. So therefore any combination with ABC will also be a super key. Okay, it's a candidate key also. So any combination of ABC is a super key. If you don't remember, you can check out my video that I taught you about this in that topic. Okay, so again this functional dependency is in voice code normal form using this condition. Okay, that the left hand side of the functional dependency must be a super key. So out of the 5 functional dependencies, there is just 2 which are in BCNF. Okay, so these are not in BCNF. So therefore we cannot claim that R is in BCNF. Just because 2 functional dependencies are in BCNF, we cannot claim that R is in BCNF. So we go to the next lower normal form, that is TREE-NF. Okay, so since it is not in BCNF, check whether R is in third normal form. Okay, now what are the conditions for third normal form? One condition is the left hand side of the functional dependency must be in third normal form. Okay, sorry, the left hand side of the functional dependency must be a super key, or the second condition is the right hand side of the functional dependency must be a prime attribute. Okay, so now let's check for both these conditions. Okay, so here if something is in BCNF, we have already checked it's in BCNF, it will be in third normal form. Okay, you can directly write. If you want, you can check for this condition. Similarly, for this functional dependency, it is in BCNF, you can directly write that it is in third normal form. Okay, so once you have written for these 2, you can check the remaining. Okay, so check whether the left hand side is a super key. No. Okay, whether the right hand side is a prime attribute. No, so therefore you write no. Left hand side super key. No. Right hand side is prime attribute? No. Left hand side is super key? No. Right hand side is prime attribute? No. Okay. Again, similar to your BCNF, only two functional dependencies are in tree NF. Therefore, we cannot say that R is in tree NF. Okay. Go to the next lower normal form, that is 2NF. Okay. Now check whether R is in 2NF. So we have seen that for a relation to be in 2NF, it should be in 1NF, and there should be no partial dependency. Okay. I'm not writing the entire definitions here. If you see, okay, you need to know the entire definition. For BCNF, this condition is also there. Okay, and some other condition like it should be in 3NF. Okay, so I'm not writing the entire definitions there, so please note that. Okay. So here we are checking whether there is partial dependency. If there is partial dependency, then we will claim that it violates 2NF. Okay. Okay. So what is partial dependency? I have written here in case you have forgotten. Proper subset of the candidate key determines the non-prime attribute. Okay. Then we claim that there is partial dependency. So let's check one by one. Again, the same functional dependencies are written here. Okay. So if it is in 3NF, you claim that it is in 2NF. Okay. Because if it is in 3NF, it has to be in 2NF. Okay. Now check for this remaining. Okay. Check the proper subsets of the candidate key. Now your candidate key is A, B, and C. What are the proper subsets? Okay, is all those combinations. Okay, does any of the proper subsets, now you can check here, E is there on the left hand side, H is there, and G is there. Is any of the proper subsets of this candidate key E, H, or G? No. Okay, it's the other combinations. It's combinations of A, B, and C. Okay, so obviously you can directly looking at this only on the left hand side, you can claim that this also here you can check these are not all are non-prime attributes. Okay, but the left hand sides are not proper subsets of the candidate key. So directly you can claim that all these are in second normal form. Okay, there is no partial dependency. If there was partial dependency, then this was we would have written as N. But there is no partial dependency because this condition is not satisfied. Okay, so therefore all these functional dependencies are in second normal form. So therefore we can claim that R is in second normal form. Okay, so therefore the answer for you in this question, the highest normal form of R will be second normal form. Okay, so let's see one more example. So consider this relation having the attributes A, B, C, D, having the functional dependencies AB determines CD, AC determines BD, and BC determines D. Okay, so start by finding the candidate key. So you can directly do it here. Okay, AB determines CD, so discard CD, so you will get AB closure. We cannot discard further, so you can claim that AB is the minimal super key. Okay, find the proper subsets of AB, A and B. Check whether A and B are the super keys. So the answer to that will be no. Okay, so therefore you will claim that AB is the candidate key. The prime attributes are A and B. Non-prime attributes are C and D. Now check whether there are any more candidate keys. That's very important. Okay, do not stop by finding just one candidate key. Check for more candidate keys. So as you can see here, prime attribute B, okay, is present here. Okay, is present here on the right hand side of this functional dependency. So therefore there can be more candidate keys. Okay, check now whether there are more candidate keys. Okay, so this we have just said, since prime attribute B is on the right hand side here, there can be more candidate keys. So now in this previous candidate key, instead of B, you write AC. Okay, so it will become AC. Okay, you cannot write like this. Instead of B, you are writing AC, but please do not write AAC. Okay, you cannot write like this. You cannot write duplicate values. So just write single A. So you will get AC. Okay, I've discussed this now in the previous topic when we were doing this, when we were determining candidate keys. So if you don't know how to find out more candidate keys, please watch that. Okay, so you're getting AC. Now find out if AC is the candidate key by finding out the all the steps. Okay, we have done this so many times, so I'm not going to repeat it. Okay, so you will find out that AC is the candidate key. So update the prime attributes. So now the prime attributes will be A, B, and C, and check if there are more candidate keys. Okay, so you will see that prime attribute C is present here in AB determines CD. So therefore there can be more candidate keys. So again continue this process. So now in the candidate key AC, in place of C you write AB. Okay, but AB already has been declared and found as a candidate key. So therefore we do not need to check whether AB is a candidate key. So therefore we stop. So therefore we have found out that there are two candidate keys for this relation are AB and AC. The prime attributes are A, B, and C, and the non-prime attribute will be obviously be D. Okay. Now you can start by checking whether R is in BCNF. Okay. So write down all these functional dependencies in a tabular form and check for this condition that whether the left hand side of the functional dependency is a super key. Okay, now you can see here AB is a candidate key, therefore it's a super key, therefore it's in BCNF. AC is a candidate key, therefore it's a super key, therefore it's a BCNF. Left hand side must be a super key, but BC is not a super key, is not a candidate key, nor it's a super key. Okay, you can check by finding out the closure. You can find out the closure of BC and check whether it's a super key. So it is no. Okay, so therefore go to the next, find whether R is in tree NF. Now for tree NF there are two conditions, check for these two conditions. Okay, out of these two attributes already two are in BCNF, therefore you directly write them as BCNF. Okay, you can check if you want. For the third one, check whether left hand side is a super key or right hand side should be a prime attribute. Okay, it's not satisfying, so you write no, it is not in third normal form. Go and check whether it's in second normal form. Okay, now for second normal form, it will be in second normal form if there is no partial dependency. If there is partial dependency, then it violates the second normal form. Okay, now when you're doing that, you need to remember one important new rule. Okay, that you are coming across for the first time. Proper subset of one candidate key union the proper subset of another candidate key is equal to the proper subset of the candidate key. Okay, just remember this rule because we are going to apply it here. Okay, so write down these functional dependencies. Now check whether it's in second normal form. So whatever is in third normal form will be in second normal form. Okay, you can directly conclude. Just conclude it directly. Now check for this one, third one. Okay, why we are writing N. Okay, so we are claiming that there is partial dependency here, therefore we are writing N. Okay, how we are getting N? Find out the proper subset of the candidate key. Now the proper subset, we are having just two candidate keys here, AB and AC. Right? AB and AC. We have already found out those candidate keys here. Here, AB and AC. Find out the proper subsets of these candidate keys. Okay, find out the proper subsets of these candidate keys. You will get here A, B. Here you will get A and C, obviously. Okay, proper subsets. Now, using this rule, okay, very important rule that you need to remember, the proper subset, okay, this is the proper subsets of candidate key AB, and this is the proper subset of candidate key AC. Okay, find the union of this, so you will get A, B and C. Okay, so in that union you get BC. Okay, so BC is the union, the subset, proper subset union. Okay, you get that. So BC, whether BC determines a non-prime attribute. Which is the non-prime attribute here is D. So does the proper subset union determine D? Yes. So therefore there is partial dependency. Okay, so since there is partial dependency, we write here no. If you don't follow this rule, okay, if you don't follow this rule, many of you in the exams will write this as yes, and you will claim that this relation is in second normal form. Okay, which is wrong. Please remember this rule. When you find the proper subset of a candidate key, okay, remember this rule, whether it will determine a non-prime attribute. So you can find out that the union of the proper subsets gives you BC, which determines D, which is a non-prime attribute. Therefore we are writing here N. Therefore this is not even in second normal form. So therefore the only normal form that it can be is in first normal form. Okay, so therefore we will conclude that the highest normal form of R is first normal form. Okay, and we will stop.